Government of India is seeking Parliament's approval to spend 48.21 lakh crore in the recently announced budget. Let's understand how Parliament gives its approval. Step 1. Finance Minister makes the budget speech, laying down government's plan to spend money on various schemes. Usually, the speech is made on 1st February of every year. This time, budget for the newly elected government was presented in July. Step 2. At the same time, the demand for grants of all ministries and departments are tabled. As the name suggests, these are the grants or the money that each ministry demands for their own schemes. Step 3. Along with this, the finance bill is also introduced. This bill gives effect to all taxation and other finance-related proposals of government. This is how the government raises money to finance all the schemes. Step 4. Both houses of Parliament undertake a general discussion on the budget. The Finance Minister responds at the end of the discussion. Step 5. After this, usually the budget session takes a break for a couple of weeks, during which the demand for grants of each ministry are referred to respective standing committees of Parliament for analysis and review. For example, the Agriculture Ministry's budget will be reviewed by the Agriculture Standing Committee of Parliament. This time, however, since new Lok Sabha has been formed and committees aren't yet in existence, therefore this step will be skipped. In fact, both houses of Parliament passed a motion to suspend the specific rule which requires them to refer demand for grants to committees. Step 6. Each standing committee submits its report when the budget session reconvenes after the break. This step has also been skipped this time. Step 7. Then Lok Sabha takes up for debate and voting demand for grants of certain specific ministries. Usually, demand for grants of only 4 to 5 ministries are taken up for detailed debate and voting. During this time, MPs can also move cut motions if they want to propose changes to the demand for grants. These are usually symbolic in nature and routinely rejected. Step 8. After 4 to 5 ministries' budgets are separately voted upon, all the demand for grants of all ministries are rolled into one and put to vote together. This process is called guillotine. Step 9. After Parliament has approved the demand for grants of all ministries, the Finance Minister introduces the appropriation bills, through which funds approved by Parliament are taken out from the Consolidated Fund of India and distributed among different ministries. Let's also quickly differentiate between charged expenditure and voted expenditure. Charged expenditure are mandatory commitments of government like salaries of president, judges, interest to be paid on debt taken by the government, etc. These do not require approval from Parliament. Voted expenditures are discretionary expenditures of government, like the money it wants to spend on various schemes. For this kind of expenditure, it requires Parliament's approval. Step 11. Finally, the finance bill is taken up for debate and voting. Once passed by Lok Sabha, the budget process is considered complete. Remember that appropriation bill and finance bill are money bills, so they don't need to be passed by Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha can still discuss these, but it doesn't need to pass these bills. So now that you know the process that is followed to pass the budget, share this video with others and help spread the knowledge.